Good afternoon, my fellow traders. Hope you all having an awesome day and hope you all enjoying your weekend. I know the video is a bit late today. I'm super busy. As you know, I'm traveling from last 3 months now. I'll be coming back to the UK in next 2 weeks. And I can't wait for that. Now, first, this video is going to be very important. And there are a few very important points I'm going to mention if you really want to learn trading. But before that, I want to announce that I'm launching the biggest discount of the year, which I only do in November. If you follow me from a couple of years, you know that. This is the only discount I do, which is 40% off in my full premium plan, which is my full trading course. If you go to moneymarkets.uk, by the time you watch this video, you will see a bar right here on the top of the screen with a discount code which you can use at the checkout. You get a full student portal here where you can manage your plan, where you can download all the reports, where you can download the AI trading bot. And with that, you get an access to my Discord group, a community of the traders where we are in touch every single day. And all these benefits will come totally free, which is just one-time payment, not paying monthly. And of course, the new content is also uploading by the end of this year. So you're going to get tons of value in this plan. So if you want to get it today before it expires. And it is not to be missed offer, which you will see once you purchase this plan. Any questions, you can always DM me on Instagram for the quicker communication or just email me at support@moneymarkers.net. The website is moneymarkers.uk in case you are wondering. In this video, I'm going to go through a very systematic way of trading. I've taken a couple of trades this week, I would say. Out of them, I've sent one trade alert. Few I've uploaded videos for members only where I give a live signals or a trade setup which we have already taken or looked at in the live sessions. And I'm going to show you the power of taking your entries with multiple conditions happening every single day in the markets. I'm going to show you the zones that reacted nicely from the area I've sent to you every single week for the commodities, for Forex, for indices, and the entries we have taken in the live session, also in the members only video. And you'll see the power of taking your trades if you follow all the rules, all the other entries, similar entry patterns there. And if you watch this part of the video, trust me, you will learn how I personally take my trades, how I do my risk management, how I enter my trades without ifs, without buts. Now in trading, there are very few but important things you need to master. Number one, you need to know how to identify the trending market. If you know how to identify the trending market, you are going to enter your trending trades, keep on buying in a trend. And the second, the major thing, you need to know where the trend will likely to reverse. Now this reversal could be complete, or this reversal is just a pullback that is enough to cut your profits, and then the price will likely to continue to push up in a trend. That is the thing you need to master. So these are the two basic things: a trending market and the place where the trend is bent. That is something I teach in my full trading course. Now that is something with the exact rules, exact numbers of stops and targets, exact numbers of stop loss, exact numbers of take profit, when to come out, when to exit, when to enter, and especially there is no generic targets unlike the other course mentors are offering. I don't confuse you guys with generic numbers. I've tested these stops and targets from years of backtesting, from years of trading. Then I have put that in my course. Everything is done for you. So if you identify these two things, you are 50% to your path of success, because then you know the basics. Rest is your trading psychology. Rest is your risk management and the other few strategy which I also teach in my course. Now talking about the trending market, this week we have lots of trending trades. Means the market was trending, we are above 50 EMA or below 50 EMA, we have taken those trades. Now I want to jump straight to the trade that was sent as an alert. Now this week I've sent just one alert, but that doesn't mean you follow me for the trade alerts. Right here in front of you. Now this is a trade alert sent to the members. Now when I do my live session with my students or with my members, I look at the market conditions, and if I see something is coming up in the week, throughout the week, I go for it. I keep an eye on this pair. I keep these pairs on my radar to take my entries. So that's something we have found here Monday in the Monday live session. And why I've entered this trade. Now that is why I've say if you watch the first part of the video, you will understand why I'm taking these trades. First, this is a trade that successfully hit both of my targets. And why I've entered this trade? Because this trade was pushing down right? Ranging sideways. Now as a trader, I want to see either a breakout below to go short or a breakout above to go long, right? Very simple. And what do you see here? A nice breakout. We had a nice solid candles. Now when you see a breakout, means the buyers have taken over. And there's a high likely chance that buyers will push the price higher, right? So we had a breakout with a pullback with what? With engulfing pattern right here to go long. And that is nice swing low engulfing pattern, and that is why I've sent this as an alert for you guys to learn and look for the similar entries in the market and go for the similar entries and do your back testing. And that is how you learn the trading. Not only that, I want to show you the clip from the live session where I've mentioned about this entry that yes, we're going to look at this pair. Nicely broken out above with a solid momentum, break above the previous high. I'm only buying with a pullback and engulfing patterns. Any guesses here? No guesses. We were prepared for this move and how nicely that hit both of my target. I've entered two trade, one smaller, one bigger, taken the profits here, managed this trade, and both has hit the target. Now, I've said that if you learn from these trade alerts, your trading games will go to the much higher levels. I have 6 rules for these entries, and if you know the rules, if you are my student, all the rules are met, and if the rules are met, then what is stopping you to take the trades? Now, in the live session, one of the member have spotted an entry. And I'm glad that the members are learning. That is why I've been repeating these entries for you so that you guys get accustomed to it. Now, one entry was EURGBP. Now, I've just shown you one entry, right? The one I've sent to the members, trade alert. Do you see the similarities here? Yes, a breakout, a pullback, an engulfing pattern. But I want to show you the live session, the clip from the live session, so that you can see how the members are learning these entries as well. EURGBP is forming a pullback entry, bullish. Spotted it correctly. Yeah, that's a new high. As you can see, a break above all the previous highs. Keep an eye on this candle and keep an eye on the close. Across here, and an engulfing candle is coming up according to that. So that's an entry once it is closed, and we'll see how that goes. Perfect. So you see how nicely it blasted up, and all happened with conditions, with patience, with a breakout, with a pullback, with entry condition, and that is what we call taking your trades with right conditions. Now, if you look here, CADJPY, an entry, a breakout, a pullback, and engulfer, that is something I've taken, right? Nicely hitting the targets. Then we have AUDJPY, a breakout, previous high, pullback, and engulfing pattern. This trade is still running, by the way, but I'm already up almost 2 to 4 reward to risk ratio. Here, I'm already up in this trade. 2 to 1 has been hit, but as you can see how nicely the market is giving you conditions, perfectly hitting the targets. And one more right here. Oh no, that's a stop loss. Of course, not every trade will play out. A nice pullback engulfer, but that didn't play out. That is why we need to have a stop loss. It doesn't matter if the price pushes up. I'm not regretting this move, because what if the price never came back up? I've seen these type of scenarios. That is why having a stop loss is very important. So one more trade, a losing trade, but as you can see with conditions, with back testing, how nicely the conditions are forming. Now similar goes with Euro AUD, but that is opposite. Now this was sent in the last week's trade alert. As you can see right here, I've taken 2 trades, GBP AUD, that also hit the targets, and similar pattern has found here. And what is the condition we have? A bearish pullback entry. We had broken below, another retest, another bearish pullback entry. Again, it pushes down. And that is how you take your trades to the next level. Similar pattern, but a new low, pullback, break below the previous low with bearish entry conditions. Now, that is something for the trending trade, right? Where the market is trending higher, lower. The thing I've mentioned at the start of the video. Now I want to show you taking the counter trades. Now, right here, this was a report sent to the members last week, GBP JPY. What do you see here? Now, for this pair, we were already prepared on Monday that if the price pushes down, hit my green zone, I'll be looking to enter my buy trades, right? And what do you see here? Price nicely pushed down, hitting 156 pips of take profit. For me, 1.321 I've taken, and how nicely it pushes up. That is something we call taking your trades a counter trade. Doesn't matter if the price is below 50 EMA, I still entered buy trade, because here I was looking to enter long again after this pullback. Similar pattern has found here on USDCAD. Now that is something similar. A price broke above a pullback and engulfing pattern to go long. Now this is something I've not sent to my members. Now if you follow me on InvestFlow channel, I'm also an exclusive partner with InvestFlow and upload videos for them and also post daily analysis on InvestFlow. If you join InvestFlow, of course, you're going to get these analysis and also live webinars 2 to 3 times a week, excluding the EU. So that is something was posted on InvestFlow channel and that nicely played out. Similar example we have found on GBP JPY. So that is something we call taking your trades from the zone. Now I want to show you one more trade. CADJPY, similar pullback entry, nice break above previous highs, a pullback and engulfing pattern. Now that is not just a blind trade. In my live session, I've said I'll be taking my trades after the pullback is done to 50 EMA, and what a nice condition we have got here, hitting 103 pips of take profit. Now, if you ask me, Omar, how is it possible to make money in the markets? I'm showing you these trades every single week in front of you. If you know the system, and if you don't even want to follow the full system, you might be coming up with a better strategy. But first thing you need to master is how to trade the markets. If you know how to trade the markets, then you will learn how to tweak the strategies in your own way, in your own style. So I want to show you the clip where I mentioned about this entry, and at that time the entry was not even there. That's very high, so I won't be comfortable to enter this trade. But for the sake of entry, if that turns out to be a bullish engulfer, that will be my entry condition. Or a pullback to 50 EMA where the engulfing patterns to go long. Nice one. Similar entry we have found here on AUDJPY, which I've taken as well. What do you see the similarities? A nice pullback in a trending market, and that also hit my take profit. Managed this trade till these recent highs. Could have managed till these highs, but I have taken 1.4 to 1, and that is a nice badass week for me. If you have learned, it is also for you. Now, talking about commodities. Nothing comes without the rules. Now in commodities, I do send these as well every week. Now last week, a week before this, we have used this red zone to take sell trade. This week, we were using this green zone to take buy trades. Now, if you look here on Palladium, it nicely reacted from my zone, although I've not taken this entry because there is no condition for me. I always say conditions are very important for me, but here we are getting a possible condition. This could be a head and shoulder pattern right here for me to go long. A good and quick tip for you, or a double bottom pattern for me to go long. That is something I'll keep you guys informed, and members as well in the members only video. But that's a zone I'm still looking at for the possible entries to go long. But that nicely reacted from my zone. But next up we have crude oil. Now here in crude oil price at that time just hit my level. And as you can see how nicely it falls, right? That is something we call taking your trades with right rules, with right education, with right conditions. So we were prepared for that. A nice fall has happened here and we might get a double top. And so that is something I'm going to mention in my analysis part of this video. And there are a lot more I've sent which we are still waiting for, which I keep you guys informed in upcoming week. Now let's do indices, a quick one here. Normally I cover indices in my live session, but if I see any condition for indices, I do send the report. I do send it every week as well for indices if I find any good setups. So last week I found one setup which is CAC 40 where the price was already inside the major structure. As you can see how nicely it fall. Although I don't trade this particular index, but for the members, the one who is interested, that is something we call marking your zones at the right place. And at that time, the price was already inside. How nicely it gave us a pullback. So we have the other ones which I'm still waiting for. But the reason I'm showing you these, if you know the rules, it doesn't matter if you trade crypto, indices, Forex, any market. The price action talk to you. If you learn how to understand the price action, then you can talk with the markets. Before I end this first part, I want to show you the final pair, which is copper. The badass entry we took here in copper took a while, but has nicely hit the target. Now that's something I occasionally upload for the members. If you're my YouTube member, which is only £5 or $5 a month, I do upload and send these videos to my members. And that is something we have taken a nice breakout trade after a couple of months. The copper managed to break out, and how nicely that hit the targets. What a nice move. 1.221 has been hit. Let's see the clip and then you can see how we entered and managed to enter this trade. But copper has just broken out with a solid candle. I would say wait for the retest of the triangle and then it will likely to push up. For aggressive traders, that would be aggressive entry, but still I would enter at the half of this candle and keep my stop loss just below this triangle and take profit. I would go to the recent high, going 1.2 to 1 reward to risk ratios. Nice one. So you see how the patience paid off. Now that is a strategy we'll be uploading by the end of this year in the course, and that will be a part of this course within this money. Now, of course, not in this money, in the discounted price. That is why it is very important if you are really looking to get and learn the full system. That is the time now, because you're going to get a full-fledged system and up-to-date strategies and everything right here. So I hope you have learned something from the first part of the video, and I hope you have seen the power of taking your trades with right conditions, right education, the counter trades, the zones where we entered, the trending market. If you are looking for the trending trade, there's a lot more I wanted to cover, but because of the time, I'm already late for the video. I couldn't cover all of that. But next week, I'll try to cover every single thing, and hopefully we'll have a next badass week as well. So for now, let's wrap the first part and let's continue to do the analysis of net gas, gold, silver, crude oil. If you follow me, you know we were already looking for the price to hit the zone that already hit last week. Now, first, I want you guys to mark these zones on your charts. Right here for all the platforms, if you are someone who look for MCX, that is the zone right here. Mark these on your charts. Now, price is inside the major structure resistance. We are now overbought in the RSI as well. We do have this bearish engulfing pattern right here, a swing high bearish engulfing pattern here as well. Now, that shows a strong bearish pressure, and looking at that, I'm expecting a very nice correction. Now, this could be a correction, not a reversal, right? But that correction would be enough to cut your profits. I'm not sure how the market opens in weekend. After the weekend, if you're already in the trade, if it opens down, that will be in your favor. I'm not in this trade as of yet, but once the market is open, I might be taking a trade, maybe with a double top pattern. Maybe if the price pushes up, I might enter with a better price if there is one more bearish engulfer. But that is already one of my entry pattern, an aggressive entry that I normally look for my trades. Now, for the less aggressive traders, you can either look for a pullback or double top. That is all we are looking at. For aggressive traders, that is already an entry. Let's say if this entry won't play out, if the price pushes up, I'll be still looking for an entry from the zone, which is my bearish engulfer. For the safe side, I'll keep my stop loss bit high to avoid a slippage, a liquidity sweeps, or hitting a stop loss with a spread, and then adjust my stop loss later on. So we'll see how that goes. That's my sell signal. And looking at that, I'm expecting a solid retracement. Now, if I look here on a weekly time frame, that is also a level from where the price previously nicely pushed down. That is why this area is a very strong level. All I'm looking at a possible retracement, a double top, something less aggressive entry, which I might go for, if not aggressively. So keep an eye on this candle and we'll see how that goes. And we might see a gap fill here as well. If there's a nice fall, we might see a gap fill and a retest of the previous resistance that has now turned support, from where we will be entering another buy trades. Same goes with Capital.com. Now on Capital.com, we haven't got any overbought. Means the entry is a bit weaker here. So here we might see some more push up and maybe a bearish engulfer inside or double top inside. If you're someone who's a positional trader, it's good to have your stop loss above the zone to have you enough room and enough protection of the liquidity right here. But again, guys, take your trades on your own risk. Nothing should be taken as any sort of trading advice. So that is something I'm looking at. Not an engulfing candle, but a nice bearish candle. On NEMEX, that is an engulfing candle. I've not tested NEMEX platform much. I normally look at my trades on Capital.com or on Oanda. So on Capital.com, it's not an engulfing candle. I might wait for the price to form an engulfer above or double top inside the zone. I'll be looking for my entries on 1 hour time frame, which could be a double top here, all the way from here till here, and we might see a double top right here to go short by keeping a stop loss above. That's something I'll be looking here on smaller time frame as well on Capital.com. And if you look here on Oanda, no confirmation here on Oanda. So no entries on Oanda. For Oanda platform, you're looking for a bearish engulf for a double top. But we are now in the selling area. I'm expecting a solid pullback. Again, guys, that doesn't mean we are reversing from here. The pullback, it might push up and continue to push up. But that is a pullback we need to capture if we want to enter the trades for short term. Similar goes with MCX. That is the evening star pattern, not a bearish engulfer. Evening star pattern is also bearish condition. So look for either double top, bearish engulfer within this zone again to go short. Selling area, and we'll see how this goes this week. Next up, we have gold. Now I'm already in this gold trade. I've already taken a nice profits right here. Now I was very confident for this trade which I've taken. I've already shown the live account last week, but this trade right here still valid, but that looks a bit risky. Now here, that also forms a double top pattern from the previous anchor resistance, so it might push us down. My target looks like this. If it pushes down or open down in gap, I'll be out of this trade. So we'll see how that goes. That's my bearish sell signal. Now remember, if the price breaks above 50 EMA, in that case the price will turn bullish and we will see a possible trend continuation. So it's a bit risky trade looking at silver, because silver is bullish and silver sometimes pull the gold higher as well. But again, for the sake of entry, I've taken this trade. We'll see how that goes. Again guys, take your trades on your own risk. Shouldn't be taken as any sort of trading advice. A valid pullback entry here we have already taken. We have a next pullback entry right here, and we'll see how that goes. I might come out early using 1 ATR only, which is 46 or 4,600 pips. Next up, we have silver. Silver has just formed a bearish engulfing pattern. Now that is not an entry condition, but that hit the termination zone of a likely head and shoulder pattern. Now for the price to form a complete right shoulder, it must come down, hit this termination zone, which is right here. Once the price hit this termination zone, it can go even down and deeper and then form a condition right here to go long. Now in this process, we might get a hit of take profit, I hope so, in gold right here, and in this move gold silver might forms a right shoulder, and then we'll be out of the gold trade and silver might forms an engulfing pattern right here. That will be my buy signal of head and shoulder pattern, and then the price can likely to push up. No signal means no entry. So we'll see how that goes. For now, I'm waiting for the price to come down and form a right shoulder. If the price breaks above these highs, in that case, the price will turn completely bullish and I will no longer look for my right shoulder or the silver's right shoulder. I will just look for the trending trades, bullish trades for silver. So very important to see if the price reaches this area or not. If yes, I'll be looking for my buy opportunities. If not, I'll wait for the price to either break above these highs to look for the next trending trade. Sell will only happen completely once we have broken below these lows, and short-term sell will happen once we have broken down in momentum, pullback, and bearish engulfer, which I'll keep you guys informed. For now, we'll see how the pattern forms. I'll keep you guys informed with that. Finally, we have crude oil. Crude oil is pushing back up and forming a possible double top pattern. Now, this is very important. If you remember, I've said that as long as price is not broken below these lows, I'm not selling crude oil. Sell will only happen from the double top area or below these lows. Otherwise, I'm waiting for the price to form double top. If that happens, I'll be going short. If not, if the price pushes up in a strong momentum, break above this high, I'll be just going long for crude oil. So long above this high, short from the double top area or below these lows. We'll see if the price forms the double top or not, and I'll act accordingly. So that's it for today's video. Hope you got a value. If you have like button for me, subscribe if you're new, so that we can all trade together and trade efficiently. Hope you trade green. I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, take care.